Forward TV. The world is thinking.
I left ABC because I just wasn't getting to do the stories that I had gone into the business to do. I come from a journalistic family and had always expected to be in a bureau somewhere, and by the time it was my turn to become a producer and go to a bureau, there weren't very many left. And I went off on my own as a freelance journalist. I got a couple of individual grants to go overseas and really learn how to report on my own. My partner, now with the Bureau for International Reporting, and I moved to Southeast Asia for a year. Taught ourselves how to shoot, how to edit, and just go out and do these stories almost completely on our own. And when we moved back to the United States, we realized that this was a model we wanted to keep working with. It was starting to gain some acceptance in the broadcast world that we could shoot on smaller cameras and in fact edit at home and disseminate that way. What we didn't have anymore was the funding to do it, so about 3 years ago we decided to become a nonprofit. And 3 years ago this was something nobody was discussing, and people looked at us rather strangely. What do you mean you're a nonprofit? Are you an advocacy organization? Are you working for a humanitarian aid organization doing their videos? And we said, no, we have a mission statement, but our mission statement is to deliver journalism in the traditional way, but to an underserved American audience, and that's our mission. And beyond that, we consider ourselves a pretty traditional broadcast facility. We still try and light our interviews. We've broken down our light kit into something about the size of a large duffel bag. We're shooting on HD cameras, which cost about $3,000. As I mentioned, editing at home. And one of our other ways of keeping our costs down is what we call multi-platforming. So we'll go and shoot a preliminary longer version of a story in a location. We'll have already made an agreement with a broadcast partner, usually on PBS, to air that longer version, and then we'll repackage the material because we own it, because we mostly funded it, for other shows. So, for example, our Peacekeeping in the Congo story ended up in 3 different versions, 2 on PBS, 1 on HDNet, which is a commercial cable channel, and then in various iterations through screenings and on the web. And it's my firm belief now that international news does not have to cost a lot of money. I think that's a great excuse to not do it. We all have the technology now to do it. We have the innovation to do it. You know, I did a story on a Ford Motor plant closing a couple of years ago, and my last-minute ticket to Detroit cost more than some of my tickets to Africa. So again, I think it's an excuse to not do it.